United try and push forwards and score again, or play, or are they just thinking here defensively? Do we just want to be safe and not concede?
Well, they've got pretty much everybody forward. There's a ring fence of the penalty area and a few in and around Bradley Collins.
There's more outside the box.
Ericsson takes out by Haji Wright. And Tavares is actually ahead of the play if they can switch the ball to him. But it's Da Silva. Fresh legs. Here's Tavares. And here's Da Silva. Sims and Wright are in the middle. Squirts behind of Harry Maguire. It's rocking at that end. Are Manchester United rocking defensively?
Crikey, this is nervy stuff.
Josh Eccles can't get forward. And the corner is conceded by Thomas. Here's Mainu. He's got the ability to take opponents on. There's a lot of opponents around him. Casemiro has contented himself with a bad miss. Casemiro opened out.
Well, that's the pass from Casemiro. It's brilliant. Sees the space, but the positioning's not quite right. But when you time it right and you win the ball, it looks good. And it was a good tackle from Casemiro. He had the luxury of a recovering defender, of Wan-Bissaka, right next to him. So he went for the ball and he won it.
O'Hare, I think it was, and made a good run down the left-hand side of Wright, but he couldn't get the ball. Casemiro was in the way anyway. Here is Dalot. Now Casemiro is a strolling player today, but he can put up the barricades, and Coventry have got to try and find a way around him now. McTominay. Here's Rashford. Maguire. It's relaxed Manchester United a little bit, although they had the ball. They were maybe a bit tense at times, trying to force it. And Rashford trying to weave a way through a whole pack of sky blue defenders. Fernandes. McTominay trying to maybe return the compliment for Dalot, who was making a good burst from right back. Rashford from the left. All hands to the pump for Coventry City.
Van der Beek is having a lot of work to do on this right-hand side at right wing back. Maybe a little bit surprised he's set up with a back three, actually. I just felt maybe this was the time to really take the game to Manchester United. They're not quite at full strength, certainly at the back, and they've ended up sitting really deep, haven't they? Not actually getting out and applying much pressure to United.
Well, in their one FA Cup final, they went a goal down in the first or second minute to Clive Allen, who often sits in the seat you're occupying here, Matt. I think it was Clive's 49th goal of a wonderful season, but he ended up with an FA Cup losers medal. So bounce back ability. Coventry of this generation have got to try and show it now. Here's Maguire. I had the experience on that day of travelling to Wembley in the Tottenham Hotspur team bus, which was something that happened in television on the day, I didn't go back on the bus, I can tell you that.
You avoided it.
Well, I think they avoided me. I don't think I was seen as a lucky charm. But yeah, we interviewed live from the coach on its way to Wembley. It was a great honour to be allowed to do that. I didn't take my boots. Here's Garnacho. United looking to strike again. And no surprise that McTominay was in there again.
Well, even with the wing-backs, who should be able to really get tight to Rashford and Garnacho, when that switch of play happens, they've got time to go at them in the box. That kind of distance isn't quite right. They've got to get tighter. You've got your three centre-backs. Certainly Bidwell and Van der Beek have to go out and get closer to the wide players. Don't allow them that space to take a run at them and then drop a shoulder and get across. crossing, because you're talking about two really good players in Garnacho and Rashford.
This is the first FA Cup meeting between the two clubs since that fourth round in 1987. They haven't met in the league since relegation in 2001. Coventry lost at Old Trafford. John Hart. We've seen here today. Mainu still. Manchester United, you sense, really fancying this now, but nobody going in on a bit of a loopy cross. That was just too high for Rasmus Højlund.
It's not sticking at all, is it? Every time the ball goes forward, certainly from the goalkeeper, or any long pass, it's Manchester United that come out with the ball.
Yeah, for 20 minutes it looked as though the defensive part of the plan was okay.
Yeah.
But we've got to hold the ball up, find a way out, find an outlet.
You have to.
Which should be part of that. That wasn't working, hasn't worked. Now they've got to try and summon the belief. I wouldn't think Mark Robins at 1-0 would want to change it, but
no, I think that you'll see it into half-time, hopefully not concede another, and then have a little regroup and see how you want to go about it. But sooner or later, you're going to have to be a little bit more expansive.
Erik ten Hag has had to deal with constant questioning about his own future, about the ownership of the club, about whether the dressing room is happy. An FA Cup win, you would think, of course, a semi-final is not going to come into that category, but actually winning the trophy would buy him some more time. He's been very patient with the media. Here's his fellow countryman, Van Ewijk, making a bit of good ground for the opposition, Coventry City. Right, but Dalot, having got there well, took a bit of a risk. Comes in towards Sims, is strong in the box and holding the ball up. Coventry get a free kick. And this does represent a little bit of a chance, at least a shooting chance.
Well, they've got bodies forward, haven't they? Got the wing-backs up the pitch, ball into the box, Sims with the chest back, and a bit of a rash decision from McTominay to go to ground there. Just stay on your feet and shepherd the ball out and do what United have done very well in this half so far, which is regain possession so well when Coventry have had it.
Well, Van Ewijk does have a reputation at free kicks. Jake Bidwell is the left footer, which would perhaps not be the route to goal. Van Ewijk has sort of sauntered across to join the other wing back.
He's got to really fancy it from that kind of range, isn't he? Probably the more likely it's going to be a cross into the box, isn't it? I would have thought.
We're about to find out. We're going to take on Onana here. No, it's Bidwell. Whatever the plan was, it didn't work.
I think that was an effort though, wasn't it? Probably that left footer into the near post. I think he was looking to go over the wall. It's ambitious.
Andre Onana has had difficult moments. Most goalkeepers at this level do have those, but when you're Manchester United's goalkeeper, you are under greater scrutiny. It's not been the perfect season for him, but he's justified his place from time to time with some brilliant contributions. Josh Eccles can't get forward. He's come through the ranks at Coventry, local boy. And there's Steve Igrizovic, the goalkeeper in the cup-winning team of 1987. Oggy, hugely popular figure, not just in Coventry, but in football.
I remember him so well. Steve Ogrizovic, what a goalkeeper.
He scored a goal, didn't he, with a clearance in
That's right.
the top division game. And here's Garnacho. Collins, aware that his momentum was going to take him out of the penalty area and might have had the ball in his hands.
Well, Coventry nearly unstuck again with that long ball over the top. It's the timing of the run from Garnacho. I mean, you're dealing with good players that will come short and time that run in behind, but you have to be aware of that. You've got the extra centre-back in that position. Can't be that easy just to get over the top.
Now they've come up with a variation, haven't they, Manchester United? Whether it was out of necessity because the short interplay in that attacking third wasn't really producing shots on goal. And then suddenly Casemiro started to produce from the back, and others have followed. And it's now giving Coventry a bit of a conundrum.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they probably wouldn't have expected to be able to hit that pass, but it is on.
Chief. Matty Baudier. A spell at Swansea after leaving Manchester City.
I mean, Sheaf and Eccles have barely touched the ball in the middle of the park for Coventry, have they? They've had no opportunity for any kind of build-up play, getting the ball off the back three or playing through into the front. It's just not happened so far.
I think Callum O'Hare is just sort of gesturing to the back layers on the lines of, well, why don't you give it into my feet?
Yeah.
He's got belief in it.
They have to have the ball. There's a little look at the goal, look at the cross in there, lovely delivery. And like good goal scorers do, they take up good positions, and that back post is a favourite. You usually get a tap in if nobody touches it on the way through.
Do you think Rasmus Højlund saying that should have been me?
I thought it was Højlund for a moment. There's a similarity.
Yeah, there is.
Not that I ever found myself at the back post for a tap in, Martin. Unfortunately.
I've seen you score goals in a World Cup, so don't be too modest. Not only seen you, I was actually commentating, shouting you. Well, sometimes the second goal is the harder one to get, and if you offered probably Coventry at, say,